Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of Don't Blink. My first guest, ladies and gentlemen, is my dog, Karl Hayden. Karl Hayden is, I consider him a great friend now, you know what I mean? We met through our great friend, Chef Frankie. We met in the kitchen of La Mesa. First time I ate at his restaurant was the other day. His restaurant's name is Hate Mondays. Obviously not open Mondays, guys, so don't try to show up. Karl Hayden, my boy Karl, is born and raised in the county of Dade. He's an IPA connoisseur, and he's a barbecue smoking expert. My boy Karl, thank you for coming to the show, brother. Thank you for being our first guest. It's amazing. I truly appreciate you, your time. Thank you for bringing in your wife. 23 years, guys. So, no, he's not single. So don't get off my DMs asking about that, ladies and gentlemen. Karl, let the people know, please, a little bit about yourself, or where you come from, what you're doing, and where we're going.
All right. So thanks for having me on the show. I opened the restaurant 5 years ago, coming from 23 years in the corporate world, working for Home Depot. When I left there, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Didn't find myself, going back into retail. I was a manager for about 17 years, opened up, and always had a passion for cooking. Cooked every single day at my house, my backyard, camping, doing all sorts of crazy inventions in the backyard, just barbecues at the house, and decided, all right, let me follow my passion. So I bought this little small place there in West Kendell in a warehouse and said, let me start small and find out what I really want to do with it and see how it goes. Been there 5 years.
Nice.
Opened up first, like any business, first year going from retail, going into cooking. And, actually, when you're selling your food and standing in your backyard is a whole different thing. You're cooking for people and, getting the feedback from people that you've never met. Right.
From friends to strangers. Now it's a big difference, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And just every single day, constantly challenging, getting new faces in, finding out what works with the customer, and challenging myself to make different things every single day. And nobody ever taught me how to cook. So it's just one of those things where you got to constantly chase and
figure it out.
Awesome. Nobody sets out the line for you and says you got to go here.
Right. You have did you ever go to school for cooking or anything like that?
Nothing.
No cordon bleu, none of that.
Nothing.
Oh, hey, that's dope. That's even doper, man. When you self-taught, that's awesome. Man, how's the restaurant doing now?
Doing great. COVID hit this year in March and didn't know what was going to happen. Through Instagram. And a lot of people, posting different posts on Instagram and what people want to see.
Right.
And doing a video with a couple other restaurants, putting it on TV, brought me a lot of people.
That's awesome.
And at the beginning, it was slow, and then all of a sudden, it completely took off. And I know a lot of businesses struggled during COVID, and unfortunately, with my passion, the way that I take care of the customer, out there communicating with them and just creating a good vibe inside the place.
So the other day we were having a team meeting, and we're like, man, let's get lunch. And my boy Mike, great idea, he's like, yo, Hate Mondays is right around the corner. I'm like, that's my dog Karl. Let's go see him. We showed up. We seen you. First time I tried the food. Amazing hospitality. Amazing food. Service was awesome. The IPAs, I didn't try them, but everybody said they were great. You know what I mean? He don't even serve wine there. Had a wine bottle for me. So let me tell you, that carries people a long way for sure.
So one of the things that I spent 23 years in customer service, and take care of the customer will take care of you.
Absolutely.
And it's been a true factor during this whole COVID that I got a true fan base of where I'm at, loyal customers, and coming in there has been, it's been great for me.
For sure. And I'm the type of guy that the food was great. But the atmosphere and the hospitality and the conversation, everything was so good that makes me want to go back more than the food. You know what I mean? But the bonus is that the food is amazing. You know what I mean? But you're absolutely right with the service industry. It has to be like that. The customer has to be happy.
Absolutely.
I did get my 1,200 stimulus when this whole thing started. You know what I mean?
I got mine too.
Yeah, and it was out of nowhere. Really, I never asked for anything. It popped up. I was greatly appreciated. But now they're talking about another one, so now everybody's eyes open and ears are peeled. What do you think about this? Have you heard anything about it? Do you have, any concerns or anything?
Really haven't heard too much about it. Yeah, there's a stimulus bill that's out there and what they want to do with it. Where some of that money is going to is in odd places compared to what exactly where it should be going to, and that's to, everybody here.
Right.
If we're going to take some of that money and we're asking for a stimulus check and it's going overseas, going to other places,
Right.
then I think it should stay right here.
No, absolutely.
in-house.
Absolutely. I think that too. And I heard the other day, again, I'm not too up on government things, but I got my ear in a little bit of everything. And I hear like these art museums are getting close to $1 billion, hundreds of millions. And
For what?
exactly. Give it back to the people, man. The people out here, small businesses, a lot of people hurting, losing houses and everything. Now, back on that COVID thing, what do you think about this vaccine coming out now? Would you take a shot?
I think it's complete bullshit.
Take a shot. You gonna take a shot. You gonna take a shot.
Take a shot, but not vaccine shot.
Exactly. No, this vaccine shot is just like taking a flu shot. It doesn't prevent you from getting
Right.
the COVID.
Yeah, from what I hear,
So,
they're actually giving you
why?
COVID so your
Right.
body could defend itself. Yeah, it's weird. Obviously everybody heard like when it first came out. People were getting a shot and growing other heads and shit.
What? Oh my god.
I have a couple friends that's taken it. They're fine. Thank God for that. I've heard we were talking earlier before the show started. We've both traveled to the same spot, Puerto Rico. What other places have you been to around the world?
I've pretty much visited all the Caribbean islands.
Nice.
Been a couple places in South America. My last trip I was in Costa Rica. Been in Panama.
Nice.
All over Mexico. I love South America. I love all the islands. I'm an island guy. Anything on the beach, anything around water. I love to surf.
So all those places you traveled, you ever hit a strip club in any of those places?
Yeah, exactly. Perfect timing.
Come on.
Nobody has strip clubs like Miami.
None, nobody.
Hands down.
And that's
I've been to all of them, but
tell us your most memorable strip club experience, whether it be bad, good, or just crazy.
it was somewhere here in Hialeah.
Oh.
And it was at a bachelor party.
It already started great. Hialeah.
Hialeah. Only in Hialeah.
That's right.
So one of my friends, it was his bachelor party, and they usually put somebody on stage and they strip them down, and vice versa, whatever. So the girls took them and they stripped them down and literally beat the shit out of them.
Oh yeah, I've seen one of those. I was there for one of those for a birthday. Yeah.
No.
I will not mention his name.
Yeah.
What an experience!
Happy birthday to him though. This is something I want to touch on too, man. I was a big Michael Jackson fan. A lot of people might disagree with me because of all the craziness that came out, especially after he died. But they just sold his Neverland Ranch for $22 million. In 2016, it was worth $100 million. In 2017, it went to $67 million, and they just sold it for $22 million. That's wild. It has a 50-person movie theater. Were you a Mike fan?
Absolutely.
Yeah, me too, man.
I don't think there's a song that he came out with that nobody loved.
For real, that's real. And I got pictures with the hat, the glove on, all that. My brother, I got another topic here. My girlfriend wrestles for WWE. Last night, one of her friends passed away. His name was Luke Harper, a.k.a. Brody Lee. He passed away at 41 from some lung complications. I don't know. Are you, rest in peace to him. My condolences to his family. I wanted to put that out there as part of the show because he was a big part of WWE, a close friend of my girls. Have you been a fan of WWE? I mean, obviously, maybe when you were a kid, WWF.
Yeah, WWF when I was a kid growing up, everybody was a big fan.
Me too.
It's just entertainment. Entertainment has changed over the years.
How much has Miami changed to you, man?
Miami's changed a lot. I grew up in the middle of South Miami Heights on the corner of Caribbean and 122nd.
You were glowing out there. You were a glow stick out there, brother.
The only white boy on my street.
That's awesome.
Growing up in the middle, I played football for 6 years.
That's awesome.
The only white person on my team. It was just one of my favorite things about Miami is the diversity that we have here in Miami, and I love the diversity. I moved to North Carolina in '95 to North Carolina, coming from Miami. Yes, being white and going to that type of environment and everything, I was actually out of place. Right. And being a white American and the amount of racism that is outside of Miami, and people don't really see, everybody thinks that there's a lot of racism here, but there is not. And I actually like Miami because of that, because everybody gets along with everybody and everybody, vibes.
It's a melting pot of everybody today. Yeah.
It's completely amazing. I'm glad where I grew up. You know, unfortunately, I grew up in a rough area. You know, but you had to fight to survive, just like anybody else. You know, that was my biggest goal, is to basically get out of the area that I lived in, and
do better for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You know, turn my life around and be better. Dropping out of school and doing everything that I did, and where I'm at today is a complete success.
That's awesome, man.
And you definitely did that, and Billy Blanks congratulates you and tells you that you're doing a great job.
Fuck all that.
Fuck all that, Billy. Ain't no question, boy.
My brother Karl, man, it's been great having you here. Thank you so much, my brother. I look forward to eating at your restaurant, not Sunday or Monday, but Tuesday. I'll be around to come see you. Thank you for being our first guest, being an amazing guest, bro. Being a real motherfucker from Miami, man, born and raised. And, you know, coming from where you come from, making it as far as you've made it, you know, it just shows the person you are. And much success to you, my brother, in the future. Thank you so much.
Carl, tell people where they can find you on your Instagram. Tell them your Instagram and all that before you leave right now.
Hey Mondays _Tavern, and then I have my personal one. It's El Bearded Chef.
Yes, sir. Find them on IG and find us on Don't Blink Podcast, Yuli _Monster, and Too Nice Life. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate y'all. This is episode 1. Stay tuned. A lot more coming.